Hello everyone, today we'll be talking about extraocular muscles of the eye. The extraocular muscles are located within the orbit but are extrinsic and separate from the eyeball itself. They act to control the movements of the eyeball and the superior eyelid. There are 7 extraocular muscles: the Levator Palpebrae Superioris, Superior Rectus, Inferior Rectus, Medial Rectus, Lateral Rectus, Inferior Oblique, and Superior Oblique. Functionally, they can be divided into 2 groups: responsible for eye movement, which is the recti and oblique muscles, and responsible for superior eyelid movement, which is Levator Palpebrae Superioris. Levator Palpebrae Superioris, which we commonly just call LPS, is the only muscle involved in raising the superior eyelid. A small portion of this muscle contains a collection of smooth muscle fibers known as the superior tarsal muscle. In contrast to the LPS, the superior tarsal muscle is innervated by the sympathetic nervous system. Attachments of Levator Palpebrae Superioris. Originates from the lesser wing of the sphenoid bone, immediately above the optic foramen. It attaches to the superior tarsal plate of the upper eyelid, a thick plate of connective tissue. Actions are to elevate the upper eyelid, and innervation is by Levator Palpebrae Superioris. Is innervated by Oculomotor nerve, which is cranial nerve 3, and superior tarsal muscle located within the LPS is innervated by sympathetic nervous system. The diagram showing the Levator Palpebrae Superioris attaching to the superior tarsal plate. Muscles of eye movement. There are 6 muscles involved in the control of the eyeball itself. They can be divided into 2 groups: the 4 recti muscles and the 2 oblique muscles. There are 4 recti muscles: superior rectus, inferior rectus, medial rectus, and lateral rectus. These muscles characteristically originate from the common tendinous ring. This is a ring of fibrous tissue which surrounds the optic canal at the back of the orbit. From their origin, the muscles pass anteriorly to attach to the sclera of the eyeball. So they originate from the common tendinous ring, and their attachment is to the sclera of the eyeball. The name recti is derived from the Latin for straight. This represents the fact that the recti muscles have a direct path from origin to attachment. This is in contrast with the oblique eye muscles, which have an angular approach to the oblique. The superior rectus attachments originate from the superior part of the common tendinous ring and attaches to the superior and anterior segment of sclera and anterior aspect of sclera. Action, a main movement is elevation, also contributes to adduction and medial rotation of the eyeball. Innervation is by oculomotor nerve, cranial nerve 3. Inferior rectus originates from the inferior part of the common tendinous ring and attaches to the inferior and anterior aspect of the sclera. Actions, a main movement is depression, also contributes to adduction and lateral rotation of the eyeball. Innervation is by oculomotor nerve, cranial nerve 3. Medial rectus attachments originate from the medial part of the common tendinous ring and attaches to the anteromedial aspect of the sclera. Action is to adduct the eyeball. Innervation is oculomotor nerve, which is cranial nerve 3. Lateral rectus attachments originates from the lateral part of the common tendinous ring and attaches to the anterolateral aspect of the sclera. Action is to abduct the eyeball. Innervation is by abducens nerve, which is cranial nerve 6. This is a diagram showing the various extraocular muscles. As you can see, superior most is the Levator Palpebrae Superioris, and you can see superior oblique, superior rectus, then the green one is lateral rectus, pink is medial rectus, blue inferior rectus, which is very down. Oblique muscles. There are 2 oblique muscles, the superior and inferior obliques. Unlike the recti group of muscles, they do not originate from the common tendinous ring. From their origin, the oblique muscles take an angular approach to the eyeball, in contrast to the straight approach of the recti muscles. They attach to the posterior surface of the sclera. Superior oblique attachments originate from the body of the sphenoid bone. Its tendon passes through a trochlea and then attaches to the sclera of the eye posterior to the superior rectus. Actions are to depress, abduct, and medially rotate the eyeball, and innervation is by the trochlear nerve. Inferior oblique attachments originate from the anterior aspect of the orbital floor, attaches to the sclera of the eye posterior to the lateral rectus. Actions are to elevate, abduct, and laterally rotate the eyeball, and innervation is by oculomotor nerve, which is cranial nerve 3. Extraocular muscles, cranial nerve innervation. A mnemonic to remember the innervation. LR6 SO4R3. LR6 means lateral rectus is innervated by the 6th cranial nerve, superior oblique is innervated by the 4th cranial nerve, and the other extraocular muscles are innervated by the 3rd cranial nerve. So that's all about extraocular muscles of the eye.